Hello, everybody. This is Chris. Welcome. What's up? What's up? This is the live chat thing, designer podcast, whatever this is, live voice thing for the 16th of August. It's Sunday, and we're going to have some fun with it. Let's see what's what. Yep, there you go. Now the voice is all good. Thank you so much for letting me know. I have a bunch of things going on in the background, so thanks for that. We're gonna have some fun today for the 16th of August. It's Sunday and it's time to choose a winner. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Let's share my screen so you can see what's what. Okay, there you go. Now the screen is being shared and you should see it. You should see what's what. So we have various entries. This is for the weekly $20 contest. The idea is for you to get used to reading a brief, seeing what's what, working with some assets, basically practicing your design skills. These are all the designs that were submitted. These were all submitted in this email address, in this inbox. And I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to choose a winner. I did spend a bit of time and I labeled these entries with a number so we can have a better time with it. Initially, what's your first impression? Because we see them all right here laid out, 20 entries in total. It's true that some people sent in 2 or more entries, but we'll talk about that at a later point. Which one do you like? Let me know in the general chat. And by the end of it, we're actually gonna make a poll and you'll probably vote. But not yet, because we're gonna trim it down. Obviously, we're not gonna have a poll with 20 in total. The first thing that really struck me was the fact that some people had quite some issues following the instructions. So this is actually one of the most interesting things for you as participants, because in every design contest you'll encounter people that do the following mistakes. So the brief clearly states the canvas size 1080 by 1080, right? Well, if you have a quick look here, this one doesn't fit for whatever reason, right? And that's because this is actually whatever it is, it's 452 by 640. That really doesn't matter. Maybe I downloaded the preview instead of the actual thing. It really doesn't matter. It's not 1-to-1, right? It should be 1080 by 1080. Even if I downloaded a thumbnail version, I would still get 500 by 500, right? So the sheer fact that this isn't the correct canvas size is quite disappointing. Another thing, here's another entry. Someone just sent it over in the last 5 minutes or so. This is again 1091. You can see the size here, 1091 by 1100. Which again, how are you supposed to win a design competition if you don't read the brief carefully, right? So this is something that again you should be really happy about if you did follow the brief, because again a lot of people just simply don't read it. So it's quite disappointing. Now, another thing, let's really zoom in on this one. By the way, I'm using Adobe XD for the simple fact that when I'm recording, it's actually really computer intensive. I need a lot of juice. My computer, I record the screen, I record the audio and whatnot. I have my browser in the background. So this is why I'm using Adobe XD, because it's a bit more friendly. But back to it. The project was, what was the project about? The project was, hey, take this product, this finished product, this real product, and make a social media post, right? Give me something, give me a design that I can post on my Instagram or on my Facebook feed, right? That was the task, the brief. Well, this person actually redid the label. So again, I'm not really sure if you can understand my frustration as a contest holder, a paying contest holder, even though the money is really low. That's not the point. The fact is that I'm paying someone, right, to handle something for me, and they don't give me the right size, which is, black and white, 1080 by 1080. And secondly, they redesigned the label, which doesn't make any sense, right? So again, you should be really happy if you manage to follow the results. So I'm thinking we immediately Let's do something like this. We immediately eliminate it. Well, actually, you know what? I think, should I just delete it? Nah, let's keep it here for some giggles. So this is obviously eliminated, and this one is obviously eliminated. Now, let's see what else. Another important thing when you freelance, for whatever reason, I have two entries here. Maybe this is my mistake, but I have no idea why these are two entries, why these were two separate entries. I'm not gonna spend some time looking at them, but I felt I should include just about every single thing that was sent to me. These are identical, so I'm not really sure what's that about. Let's just remove one of them. This other one, this is just a background. Nothing, no text, no, you know, this is the absolute minimum you could do. I'm not saying that your design should at all times include some text. I'm not saying that. But in this particular case, this is incredibly basic. I mean, again, if we zoom out, we can see that most of these have some text. So the sheer fact that this doesn't have any text, it's not a good sign. So again, that's gonna be eliminated. Okay, now I think that's about it regarding eliminating stuff. Or actually, let's see number 2 and number 20, because from what I can see, these are pretty, yeah. So let's have a look here. So this is my text in Romanian, obviously difficult to read and strange characters for most of you guys. But look here, I'm not sure if you can actually see what's what, but you should probably realize that there's a problem here. Obviously, I said you should copy paste my text, right? From the Discord chat or whatever. As you can see, some letters are missing. Because they're missing, this is incredibly, I mean, it's unacceptable. No client is gonna accept, something, a text that says, APPI day. Okay, yeah. So this is my happy birthday wish to you, right? So how would that look like? Again, this is a paid contest, even though, again, the money is not the point. The fact that I'm keep stressing the fact that this is a paid competition is because most contest holders feel offended when someone sends them something like this. HPPI birthday? I mean, come on, focus. Didn't you realize that some letters were missing? So again, this is a major mistake. Let's actually just remove it. And we have another one here, which is, again, identical from what I can see. So again, maybe this is a mistake on my end. I'm not sure, but yeah, let's... Oh, actually, sorry, I think this is a repeat grid. Yeah, so I think, yeah, this is my bad. So let's just skip over that. I'm pretty sure that this is duplicated just because of the way I set it up. So no worries about that. Now, let's take it step by step. Let's see number 1. So number 1, this is missing a letter here, but let's just go over that. Let's just skip that because obviously this language is pretty difficult. The shadows are a bit too intense here, especially this part right here, the hazelnuts. This is poorly done. You need to use Control T and really shrink it. So unfortunately, this is way too strong. The jar itself doesn't have any shadow whatsoever, so I don't think that's a good option. You did do a good job here because the shadow, well, the spoon is a bit over the jar, right? So if you focus on this part here, it makes sense that this part is darker. Okay, that makes sense, but what about here? This part isn't any darker. So that's an execution mistake, unfortunately. The background photo, okay, it's blurred. I think it's a kitchen. It's not really my cup of tea. It's decently done, but it's not all that exciting. It's not that interesting. I do appreciate the fact that we do have some red in this background photo, and that red is in tune with the topping here. But yeah, overall, I don't think this is a good one. Let's see the next one. Oatmeal with papaya and hazelnuts. Pretty good job here. Ugh, the jar, man, this is... It's quite unfortunate. I understand what you tried to do, but the execution just fell through. It's not a good look. Even if you didn't mess up this part right here, because again, it's totally translucent, I understand it's glass, you should see through it, but the execution here is not great. But even if that were perfect, the green blurred photo is not a good fit. It's not a good fit because we have what? We have orange, we have blue. Green is from a totally different. It's from another place. You know, there's no green in the website. There's no green in the branding whatsoever. So you know, just having one quick look at the website, you know, including anything with green, I think it's not a great idea. I'm not saying you should totally exclude it, but I don't think it's a good idea. This is oversaturated. This is way too saturated. If you're in Photoshop and you played around with vibrance or saturation, you've probably cranked this up to plus 100%. It's way too much. This is incredibly hard to read. This is not good legibility. And this is a strange choice because this font right here, it's very easy to read, right? Very basic. On the other hand, this font is harder to read, but you made it smaller. So that doesn't make any sense, right? It should be the other way around. You should use this type of fancy font at the larger size. And unfortunately, there's no imaginary lines here. I'm not really sure what you tried to do. You should have centered something because the logo is centered. This part, these two elements, they don't go well together. I see that you tried something here. You do have a left guide, but yeah, overall, it's not well executed for the sheer fact that, again, it's way overblown. It's totally oversaturated. The idea itself with the chocolate and whatnot, it can work, but you can see it's from a different style. The hazelnuts in particular, they're from a different style, and the papaya thing, yeah, it's not a good fit because this is actually the size doesn't make any sense. Whatever, a papaya is something like that, a hazelnut is something like that. So the sheer fact that it's you can see how hard I've been working on the Adobe XD course. I'm not sure if you can see that on screen, but yeah, I have major red spots on my wrists. So that's how hard I'm working for you guys. I'm sacrificing my body. Moving on, I think, yeah, the shadow here has no place. The hero is totally small. I mean, from 1080 by 1080 and you used what, 20% at most for the actual product. This is a shame. I think this should be eliminated directly. Nothing. Yeah, I like the idea, you know, with the silhouette here, but yeah, overall this is not a good design. You didn't showcase the actual product. I mean, should I say more than that? You didn't show the actual product. You can't show the product just like that, right? It doesn't make any sense. Next. Okay, the color scheme is pretty good. I wouldn't say it matches the website or the branding, but it is pretty good. Quite nice. These are a bit too cartoonish, but I think it can work. Oats width. The width this part right here, man. And it's not blue either. You left it another color. Why did you do that? Why did you do that, my young grasshopper? Why did you choose 3 different shades of blue? Why? So one blue right here and another one right here. Let me actually add it here. And then another one right here. Why? Man, why would you do something like that? Why would you use 3 shades of blue? I would disqualify it just for the sheer fact that it's annoying as hell. You know, you only had 3 layers. Come on, you only had 3 layers here. How could you not use the same shade of blue? Quite disappointing. But let's continue the review. The bottom part, it looks like it's floating because the shadow is too far down. The jaw should have been a bit down. Yeah, if you about 20 pixels down, if you had moved the jar and the shadow moved it up just a little bit, yeah, this would have been a bit better. But I have no idea why you included a rectangle here, a square rectangle at that. The headline, the text, doesn't need any additional contrast. So, plus it doesn't have any breathing room. You can see here we have what, 5-10 pixels again at the top, the same one. So it's really disappointing. I'm not really sure why, because This could have been a great design, right? The font at the top is pretty interesting. The one that says oats. The color scheme is pretty good. The gradient that's set on an angle. The papaya fruit is pretty interesting. This one is pretty interesting. Overall, it gels well. It's not perfect, but it gels pretty well. But you know, these execution mistakes are horrendous. So I'm not in love with it. This one really busy. Orange on blue is not a good fit. At least you use the company's colors, but yeah, it's not a good fit. Oh, you use the drop shadow as well. That's not cool. And it's actually pretty interesting. Yeah, I would say this has to be disqualified, and I'm gonna tell you why that's the case in one moment. So this is my official logo. Okay, this is how it looks like. This sort of looks like my official logo, but it's not. So that by itself is like, you know, writing, you know, making an ad for Coca-Cola, but you know, you write it in whatever, in papyrus, right? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Don't do that. If you plan on writing Coca-Cola, just use the official logo or the official typeface. Don't use something similar. So that's a major mistake. Even if this, let's put that to the side. It's way too busy, way too jarring, too much yellow, too much blue. The contrast is really in your face. It's, yeah, I can't say that I love it. But you know what? Let's not be too harsh. Let's delete it. Maybe you guys are gonna love it, even though I just trashed it. Let's leave it like that. This one, this is this live chat. Is this okay? Let's not go that route. Let's put it like that. The photo, the girl gives off a certain vibe. The girl is obviously attractive, and that's totally fine. But the fact is, this is not appropriate. Her expression is not appropriate for this type of product. I don't think this is something that I would personally use, no matter the execution, even if the gradient wasn't so horrible, right? I don't think this is the right approach. You know, the girl that lusts for the chocolate bar or whatever the product is, it's so cliche, it's so overused. I totally hate the idea. It's basically one of those cheesy stock photos, you know, where people in suits and poor in cheap suits, you know, they shake hands, right, to represent business. That's totally cheesy. You shouldn't use it. It's totally overdone. The execution itself is pretty good. Again, a bit outdated. The gradient isn't really a good choice. I don't think you should have used the gradient at all. I think, especially when you have a good high quality photo, you should have just kept that white, or maybe a different shade, something a bit more interesting, but definitely not a gradient from white to this dark blue, which is very, yeah, I think the saturation is really low, because if you compare it to this one, at least this one is rich. This one is rich, it's saturated, but this one seems washed out. I'm gonna keep it, but yeah. On the text side though, you did do a good job. Order your delicious meal here, fast delivery. So this is top notch in terms of the actual text. Enjoy your food without any regrets. Okay, pretty good. So yeah, I commend you for that. Great work. But yeah, it's cliche. It's cliche, and the gradient is really, yeah, it's a love-hate relationship. I'm not really sure. You could improve it in just a matter of minutes, you know, in 30, 40 seconds. Actually, I think with a different background, with the radial gradient, you could do so much more with it. Yeah. Okay, let's move on, because I'm gonna spend way too much time on it. Okay, this is actually pretty good. Pretty good. The shadow the shadow is debatable. Low calories, new taste, pretty good. The jar is pretty good. Oatmeal with papaya and hazelnuts. Move this down just a bit, because it would have been cleaner. It would have been cleaner than this right here. You could have placed it at the top. I understand why you placed it underneath this text, and I appreciate the same width. I think that's a good choice. Okay, this is interesting. Now this other one, again, very interesting, and I actually like the composition. But unfortunately, it's too dated for my taste. The company wants to be modern. And you can see that in the fonts we use, in the color scheme, and whatever. This, on the other hand, is a bit old school. This is traditional, right? So I think this is a mismatch, but it's well executed. Even the fruits, they're real fruits. This is pretty nicely done. Pretty nicely done. Pretty nicely done. But yeah, it doesn't match the company's vibe. The company's vibe. This other one. Um, okay, without any regrets. Okay, pretty interesting, nice concept here. But why use this shade of whatever this is? Orange, brown, no idea. Oatmeal, papaya, hazelnuts. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay. Okay, this one, for whatever reason, I think I know what actually happened here. This is really, you can see the colors are really muted. I think you actually worked in CMYK and then you changed it to RGB or something along those lines because the colors are really off. Even the jar itself, you can see here how it's really desaturated compared to all the other ones where the colors are bright and alive. Yours here is really awful. So probably your project settings are wrong. And it's quite a shame because the concept right here with the spoon is really nice. It's playful, it's friendly. So I quite like the concept, but the execution is not cool. This one, why would you not align it? Why would you not align it? It's right there. It's right there. It's literally 4 pixels. Just move it a bit. Ah, okay. That, yeah, yeah. I'm not in love with it, and I'm really not in love with this layout. That's really far too busy with all these rectangles. So 2 rectangles and these 2 shapes right here. It's way too much. It detracts from the actual product. You have to choose. You have to make sure the actual product shines. And yeah, I'm just gonna eliminate it. This one, okay, hand drawn. Uh, yeah, okay, it could work, but it's not really interesting. It doesn't really pop. Yeah, I'm not in love with it, but I'll keep it. And this other one, I think it's a repeat of the first one. Okay, so it's time to vote. Let's vote. Let's go to the general channel and let's see what's what. So we have what? Number 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 16. So please vote, guys. You should go in the general channel and you should vote. Let's go here and let's see what's what. I'm actually gonna keep this set on the designs itself, so we can see what's what. So let me say a few other things while you guys vote. The Adobe XD course has been going great. I have 5 hours and 20 minutes already done, already buttoned up. I'm really happy with it. I think it's 100% me, no Mark, no voice actor. I think it's going to be one of the best courses out there in terms of of these next few years. I think you're really going to have to learn Adobe XD no matter what you use it for. For example, I'm using it for this presentation here, or I'm using it instead of Microsoft PowerPoint to create um, various presentations, brochures, and whatnot. Everything for digital use, of course. But yeah, I'm really happy with it, and I think you should enjoy it. You should enjoy this Adobe XD course. Now, let's see. The voting is starting to come through. I think I'm actually gonna remove a few more. I think I'm gonna remove number 11. So let me delete number 11 because I'm not happy with it. So I want to make this easier. Let's remove something else. Yeah, I'm gonna remove number 7 as well, because I think number 7 is not up to par. Okay, let's see what else. Number 8. No, I'm gonna keep it. Let's see what else. Number 16, I'm gonna remove number 16 as well. I don't think it's a good design. I think it can be significantly improved. Okay, so we only have a handful. I should choose one in the next 5 minutes, but please help me out, guys. Please go to the general channel and please vote because this is really important. Let me actually quickly export this so you can see what's what. Let's go PNG. Okay, so other people can actually vote. Let's go. Ah, file is too big. What the hell? Okay, let's try this again. Ah, okay, such is life. Such is life. Unfortunately, let me fire up Photoshop and I'll shrink it, and we'll see what's what. Yeah, so overall, again, this competition, this is going to be a weekly competition. So if you didn't win today, or if you didn't manage to perform well, no worries, you can have another go. I'm going to create another contest probably in the next hours or in the next few hours or so. I'm not sure if it's going to be for the same company. It might be something for my Photoshop course as well. We'll see what's what. But yeah, don't worry, this is going to be a regular thing. Okay, 4 megabytes, this is enough. Okay, let's upload it in the general channel so other people can vote. Upload, and now back to it so you guys can see what's what. Please vote, everyone. If you're listening to this as a podcast, this is not going to be a great experience for you, just pointing that out. So it seems that people like number 13, and I agree. I think it's one of the better ones. Let's see number 8. Did someone say anything regarding number 8? No, not really. So it seems that number 13 is ahead by quite a margin, and then number 6 as well. Number 6. Yeah, well, again, number 6, it's a mixed bag because I would have to change this font, which is probably Arial. It's not Arial. I know it's not Arial, but it looks like Arial. The 3 colors, I would have to edit that. I would have to change the shadows. I would have to change to actually remove the rectangle and replace the font here as well. It's a bit too much work. On the other hand, I think the designer that did this one could probably fix it all by himself. Yeah, I think overall this may be one of the better choices. Let's see what else. Number 1, nobody is voting number 1, so let me actually remove that as well. And let's see if there's anything else that stands out. I think number 9 is surprisingly not getting any love. Number 9, let's see. The font isn't the best one out of the bunch, at least at the bottom here. I think it's a bit too professional. The same thing here, actually. It's a bit too professional. It should be a bit more playful because that's the idea behind the brand. But the photo is really well chosen. I'm not sure if it's edited in any way, but these highlights, this lens flare is really quite nice. I would probably make the jar a bit larger, and I would probably make this orange, and this one I would make it blue. Another thing, I would probably not create a sharp edge right here because it doesn't make any sense. It's a bit too much because you have rounded corners here, and then you have this sharp thing right here, this ribbon, which actually matches this one, so that's pretty good. But then you have another one here. So overall, I don't think this is a good option. But if I were to say, if I were to pick out of all these ones, I think I would probably give this a slight edge. A slight edge. But again, the typography really breaks it, unfortunately. And the fact that he didn't move it down a bit and make this a bit larger, yeah. Okay, so I think I'll go with number 13. I think this is going to be the winner. Yeah, I think you guys agree. Yeah, number 15. So we'll go with that. Congratulations, number 13. I'll have to see what's what. I'll have to find you somewhere here and see which one of you guys actually sent it. Please send me your PayPal address and I'm going to send you the money. But after you send me the PSD, send me the correct PSD where the colors are nice and bright, nice and vivid. And unless something is totally off, you're going to be the winner. So congratulations, whoever this is. I didn't want to include any student names because obviously I don't want to be, my opinion shouldn't be skewed, because if it's a premium student or whatever, I don't want to obviously take advantage. Oh, you're number 13. Okay, never seen you around, but congratulations. You have to fix the colors though, so please make sure that that you do that. But anyway, congratulations. You did a fairly good job. I think the execution is pretty good. Nice stuff. And oh, by the way, regarding VSM, this is one important thing that should be something you guys should know about, and that's one second. Where is it? Where is it? Let me quickly see what's what. No. No. Okay, yeah. I think this is it. No matter. Let me actually focus on the point. So the point is, one of you guys, I think Mr. VSM, sent me about 4 emails asking me for confirmation, asking me for whatever, right? So please don't do that. Please don't do that. The rules of the contest are simple, they're straightforward, but again, this is one of those things where you should really understand the fact that contest holders are incredibly busy. And again, that's the same thing here. Busy. So I'm busy. I don't have time to read all your details. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually review the emails yet again. I'm gonna check that the winner provided the links and whatnot, and that's gonna be that. But please don't send me loads of things to read and whatnot. Wait, it wasn't you, VSM? Okay, cool, no problem. One of you guys did send me various emails, sent me various things, asking me for for feedback, for confirmation that I received the email and whatnot. Please don't do that. Right? You have to understand that contest holders are incredibly busy. So please don't ask for feedback unless, it's part of the rules or something. But if I didn't mention I'm going to give you feedback, please don't ask for it. Now, let's see if there's anything else in the general channel. People are pretty happy. Yeah, it's a pretty good design. So yeah, best of luck. Again, we're going to do this weekly. The next competition is going to start probably in a few hours at the latest on Monday. And you're gonna have until Sunday to create various entries and send them here. Again, please don't email me with large stories with loads of things. Just send me the design and that's that, right? Just send me the design, the PNG, send me the links, obviously, just in case you use freebies, and that's gonna be that, but no more than that. Okay, well, that about wraps it up, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. $20 through PayPal, or if you don't have PayPal or you don't want the money, just let me know what course of mine do you want, and I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send you a coupon through PM, and I'll see you guys next time around. Thank you. This is Chris signing out. Goodbye.